Hello everyone, it's your Golf Pro Zach here. Time for another edition of Tip of the Week. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I apologize. I may get a little bit wordy or lengthy with this one just to try to make up for missing a couple weeks. Going to talk a little bit of full swing theory here today, and I typically shy away from full swing tips because there's not very many of them that are universal when it comes to just a tip about your full swing. Typically, you see me do a lot of short game, chipping, putting, those sort of things. But I want to talk a little bit about full swing theory today, and specifically this guy right here. This is my trail arm, my dominant arm, my right arm as a right-handed player. I'm going to try to debunk some myths I have, a lot of questions I get asked when I do full swing lessons. Number one thing I see or I hear a lot from players about their trail arm is that we need to keep it somewhere here tight to our side as we're swinging. Okay, my right elbow specifically near my side, my trail elbow, to get the club on plane and yada yada. Well, let's debunk some myths right here. What is my trail arm used for in the golf swing? Well, it's my speed generator. Okay, it also works to help shallow the club in transition, hopefully. But let's just think about it from another perspective. This is my dominant side. This is what I would use to throw a ball if I were playing baseball, football, anything like that. If you look at elite throwers of the ball, we're going to talk quickly about rotation of the shoulder. This is internal rotation. This is external rotation. When you see a pitcher or a quarterback throw a ball a long way, you're going to see them work from internal rotation of that shoulder to external rotation. This is that slingshot where we get the maximum stretch so we can then throw as fast or as hard as we can. So, depending on how we're built, we all come in different shapes and sizes, have different limitations. This elbow or this shoulder may not work as good as some other people. So, here's a quick test to do. How much rotation can you have with your shoulder? This is straight up and down. This is internal rotation. We all have that. How much external rotation do you have? Now I can move my arm, my shoulder back here a pretty decent ways, my trail arm here. So I have a fair amount of external rotation. If you are someone that cannot move your shoulder this way, some people struggle just to get it to 90, especially if we've had shoulder issues, you're gonna be someone that looks a little bit different when it comes to your backswing. So as I take the club back to the top of my backswing, if I have internal shoulder rotation, you can see that I kind of have this flying elbow look, a la Matt Wolff, Jack Nicklaus, Freddie Couples, to name a couple golfers with a lot of internal rotation. If you're someone that can move this elbow back quite a ways, you're typically going to be a little bit flatter. Picture Matt Kuchar or Jordan Spieth, a little bit more one plane type swing right there, okay? Now, depending on what your ability is where we'd like to see you be at the top, okay? So what we know about the human body is when we stretch our muscles to the fullest, they're typically going to rebound in some way. So if I'm someone that doesn't get much external rotation in my shoulder and I try to go and stretch it as far back as I can in my backswing, in the downswing we're typically going to see it go too quickly to internal rotation. So as I go internal, you can see what happens. My club gets steep. I'm going to be coming from out to in. Going to be a lot of compensations I'm going to need to make if I cannot move that shoulder back. I want to see the shoulder, trail shoulder, move from internal to external, whatever that is. So if I can only get my shoulder to 90, it'd be much better for me to have a little bit of a flying elbow, and then as I transition, get that shoulder back to my side or have some external rotation. You see what that does to the club. It shallows it out, gets it behind me. Now I can rotate, hit the ball more from the inside. Okay, so do this test when you're working on your full swing. If you think, my arm's flying, or I shouldn't have that much a flying elbow, I'm trying to get my arm here, well, do this test. Hold your hand straight up and down in an L. How far can you bend that shoulder back there? How external can you go? If you can't go that far, well, you're probably going to have more of a flying elbow in your backswing. And then as you transition, get it to work external, right? Even if that's only 90 degrees for you, okay? Because as we start to change direction, wherever this elbow may be, it needs to go from internal to external. It needs to work external to shallow that shaft, get the club back behind me more, so I can turn and rotate. Again, sorry for the wordiness, a little lengthy here, but I hope that helps explain a little bit of full swing theory from my view as to what this trail side should be doing in our backswing, or what limitations you have that may affect the way you look. And now it's not necessarily a bad thing to be a little bit more of that flying elbow or a little bit more internal, as long as we can move it external in transition. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions about this or want to work a little bit more on your full swing, come see me here at Anderson Country Club. Love to help you out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.